done here. Okay, we're gonna get back on this Windows XP virtual machine, and let me check my sound and everything up there. All right, looks like we're back going again. Okay, so while I was on my little break, Windows Internet Explorer wants to know, decided it wants to update to Internet Explorer 8. Let's see if I can tell what version is on there. Oh, that's the wrong. Where is the deal? This is not even a version that it doesn't have. Oh, there it is. It's backwards. Yeah, I figured that. I'll hit ask me later and try it without it because it's probably going to take too long or YouTube use up more. I don't have a lot of space left on this thing. What do we got? It is Internet Explorer 8. That's weird. Okay, so let's see if I can paste my. Looks like I can't copy and paste in there. Oh, well, since I closed Firefox, I might have lost that IP too. Let's see, 192.168. Let's go ahead and get out those. I'm gonna open up those screenshots that I have of that. I think I might be able to get to what I want quicker that way than looking through the manual. This manual's so big and all that. Since I'm running the, I'm just going to keep as few things open as I can. Let's see. Okay, there's the camera. I don't know which way I want to go. Let's just go this way. That's from the oldest to the newest, going this way. Okay, there's those ports. But I'm not trying RTSP, but I need to know the IP address. Oh, it's in the screenshot. 192.168.0.126. 192.168.0.126. Yeah, and I don't want to put port 8080. I want to go to the default port 80 and see if it looks any better. They said it would on their instructions. And they didn't put that on the page where they were selling it. If I'd have saw that, I would have probably just not bought this one at all. I like the features it has. So it's got a lot of cool features, but the software on the camera and I haven't seen the, and it only has Windows and Mac software, which is so common, but usually, of course I know I don't want to work in Windows, so it didn't go anywhere. Search Bing 192.168. Oh, I know why. See, that's the problem. I don't think I can get around that. ipconfig and I don't want to run it, do I? Already did. Let's see. I should just tell us the IP address, I think. I suddenly remembered that, but now I'm not 100% sure what it does. It went away is what it did. I wonder if it can't run in this virtual machine or something. What can I do to find my IP address in this machine? I'm not going to run that again because it seemed to have shut down. And yeah, Avast will be updating soon as well. I can't remember. Oh yeah, Windows control panel. I think we can see it in there. Actually, we could probably go to, where's the networking thing? It's not down there. That's the VirtualBox thing. Network connections. That'll tell us. What it does with VirtualBox, this is one of the reasons, I just remember, this is one of the reasons why I didn't want to try to get in here and do anything, because it's not on this, it's got a local area connection. Let's see if we can find status properties. Let's see. I can get on the internet, search Bing, but I can't get back to my machine except for to the drives I've shared with it. Firewall. Well, that's not going to stop me from going out. It's only going to stop stuff from coming in anyway. That's not the one I wanted anyway. I want to know, maybe it's status. Let's see. Might be status. Yeah, here we go. So it sees the 1 gigabit connection. There's the traffic. Support. Yeah, 10.0.2.15. I don't really know how I can allow this thing. I mean, maybe if I were to manually set its IP address when it booted up to the same subnet as my router, I don't know if I can even do that. See, default gateway 10.0.2.2. Those are local IPs. Those are not. They're just like local to the machine. I mean, not from my router. And but somehow it's still, when you turn on networking in the settings, it's still able to get on the internet. And like I said, I can go to my computer, and I should be able to network with everything I've shared on the host machine. And that's all I've ever really needed to do. Well, there are times when it hung me up, but yeah. So you can see the Seagate expansion drive, which is my 5 terabyte backup drive. I should be able to just go to it. I can copy files. I think I can even delete files because it's an NTFS drive too, so it even works perfectly. I can write to it. I think that's the only one. That's the only one that's. You get into problems when you're trying to go to ext4s or LVMs and stuff in Linux. But I have shared them before. I don't remember. But anyway, I might have just decided, well, that's going to have, eventually, you know, every time I get backed up, every file that I would be wanting is going to be there. So, I cannot think of how to get out of that 10 dot into my, I don't even remember if I ever did figure out a way. That'd end up being a bunch of research that might be unfruitful. Let's see. I used Firefox in here. I never used Explorer. So, yeah, here's a bunch of explanations about them. Private network. See, there's 0.166 class networks. That's mine. Mine is the 192.160.0. So and so. You know, but I'll look in there for just in case it might show something. Oh, now it's not connected to the internet. I wonder if because I went into the networking, the setup, that it jacked it up. Huh. I don't know why that went away, broke, but I'm not going to mess with it. Let's go back in here. Yeah, because see my downloads. My the program that runs this, that's supposed to allow you to access and tweak the cameras and do whatever you want. I've got it in here. Just gotta remember. Now, see, this is my local machine has it. What is this over here? Yeah, I'll leave that open in case I need any more out of there. The local machine. I was trying to remember the name. What name did I give that? That's so small I can't see it. Can I make it bigger? Control plus, make it bigger. I think it did. Good. Not big enough. Control plus will make text bigger in many windows, not just the web browser. But what I'm wanting is, I think it's also not responding. Yeah, when you do things in there, sometimes it gets to not want to respond. I'm afraid that, just close that. How's this machine doing? VirtualBox C is using about the same amount as OBS, and that's why it's really, I can't hardly run anything else along with it. Is it working? No, it's locked up. When I hit Control plus, it must have gave it a little, maybe he's still trying to, they don't look bigger again. Did my eyes just go crazy? They look smaller, like they were when I started. Yeah, but it's locked up. Uh-oh, the whole machine's beginning to not respond. So I was afraid of. But it's not, at least I was able to get over here to look at that. That's not moving. I can't try and make it do it. Might, well, I'm going to try just waiting on that, especially with the Internet Explorer. I mean, Windows Explorer. If you force close it, then you have to reboot the machine. There it goes, it's working again. You have to reboot the machine for it to work again. But I do not have a clue as to what I named that folder. I remember putting them all in a folder. And I was just in there to get those screenshots. I don't know if I said Dawn's. Well, I just looked at all the Dawn's. I didn't see Dawn's any kind of camera or anything. Well, there's one, the D-Link web camera. But I guess I'll just start reading through it. Maybe I'll find it. I'm afraid I'll miss it. That's why I didn't want to do that. I guess you'd have to go into the settings, to desktop settings, to get the text to be larger in there. IP webcam camera adapter docs files. It's not the one I'm looking for. Okay, yeah. Pretty sure. Links this. It might be under security camera. Oh, almost. Yeah, there it is. Security camera. Yeah, by Ctronics. There it is. I almost named it IP Cam something, and then I decided not to. There's my screenshots. Okay. Client plus. I don't think that's might be config backup bin. That's the setup. I forgot to back that up again, didn't I? Let's see. Mostly screenshots in there. Yeah, okay, so I only have the one application. I thought I downloaded another one. Maybe I never moved it to this folder. Might have forgot. Client plus, that's the one I was wanting. Oh, there's another one. HP HP2P client setup. That one is 1182 kilobytes, and it's 1114 at 509, and then this one is 1114 at 730. This is the one. That one was that one that got downloaded from the page, and it actually had one mark on it when it's a scan with virus total, potentially unwanted program. I think it's just a downloader for this one. But yeah, this is the one I want. If it'll install on here, can't be verified. Run it. Well, I know it's clean. And I don't know. VAST is probably still working. It says it must have already updated. Usually, sometimes it takes a while. I don't know how much. I should have looked and seen how much space is on here though, because I may have to do that. Let's do it while let's see. Oh. Needs Windows S. Setup, CPP, PAP, vendor, money, Windows XP Service Pack 3, non-IE Netscape. I think it's saying you got to have Windows XP Service Pack 3, which I did. Pretty sure I had on here. I had it updating. It was updating its security updates up until when they quit giving them out the first part of this year. So, well, let's try this one now and see. I really didn't. It's probably because it only runs on 7 and up. Maybe Vista or something. But, you know, you don't find too many programs. If they're not pretty old, they don't still run on XP. Oh, yeah, I just remembered. Oh, well, yeah, that'll probably go download something, but let's see. Welcome to Web Control Setup Wizard. Let's see. Ready to install. Okay. So far, it's running. But like I said, it may be, what it'll do is install that pup and then go download probably the same one I just tried. And then I'll have to clean it out. Completing. Well, that it still may not be the end all of all that, because it may have just been an installer button on the desktop. Let's go to my computer and see how much space is left on here before I do anything else. Because I remember it wasn't very much. Free space on C drive, 1.40 gigabyte. And I actually learned how to resize and enlarge the virtual partitions for this, and it showed to be successful. And then the next time I booted up, I was right back to here, because I originally made it 10 gigabytes and I filled it up. And network drive, it even shows that 4.54 terabyte with 1.12 terabyte free space. How about that? Okay. Let's just leave that there. I'm going to close it just yet in case I need it. It probably put it on the desktop. Well, it didn't ask anything about putting it on the desktop, did it? No, it didn't. I'm going to close it now because it'll use up too much resources. Let me get my monitor machine went to sleep. Let me make sure. I want to make sure I still have audio and video on my stream. Okay. Now I'm going to have to go digging through here to try to find it, looks like. Let's see if it's easy to boot. Yeah, that's one program that I used to build bootable USBs of Linux distros, or in Windows, both. Pretty good program. It's hard to set up. It's really got a heck of a learning curve, but it's a real good program. Recent documents. Air Booster Quick Start. Yeah, that was the TI stuff. TI experiment board, MSP 430 boards. Okay. Let's go back. Let's see. Programs. SCP. I don't see like new programs. Accessories. Surely it didn't stick it in a folder. Could have. file mount, glare utilities. I'm gonna have to look in every folder now. Guess I better just look in these while I'm at it. The Revo uninstaller will get rid of anything if I did get any crap in there. And glare utilities can do that kind of thing too. I like to use it to update the programs. It'll find updates for all the programs on your system. True RTA, real-time. I've still never really played with that. I always want to play with that real-time audio analyzer. I got that way back. I think I might have, well, I probably got it in XP days. I don't think I got it in 98. HTC booster stack. That's for the TI boards. Easy to boot. I do not see a link. I mean, I looked through every freaking thing there. I didn't. Am I missing it? I didn't see a link to anything. What am I trying to say? I didn't see anything on the desktop. Let me look again. Usually it would be sticking out like a sore thumb in a weird place or something anyway. And I didn't see it in there. That's weird. Oh. Oh, I already closed it. I was looking. I thought I was clicking on. I can do this full screen, and then I won't keep doing that. But also, you got to remember how to get out of there. I think you have to use the keyboard. I don't remember where the places you can find out. Host key. Oh, that's the keyboard and mouse capture. Yeah, I can't. I'm just going to leave it. I don't want to. Oh, I guess it would be there to find that out. Full screen mode. Host F. Oh, yeah, it's Control F. And I don't know. It might only be the right or the left control. Well, I'm not going to do it unless I get really. Getting by okay, at least. System was. Okay, so it installed something. Can't find it. Total Commander is my favorite file manager. I can't even remember the anything like the name of what that file was or anything. To go looking for it. I might be wishing I'd opened up Windows Explorer. Okay, where are we? Program backups. That's the local where I put, if I need, like some programs you can't install from a network drive, you've got to put them on the local drive. And that's C drive. Let's see if there's anything new in there. There sure is a lot of system junk in there, a whole lot. Total Commander C needed. That was the only way it used to work right back then, or it was just the easiest way to do it. You could put it in program backups, but then I think you had to fix some other things to make it work. I mean, program files. See if it's put a new folder in here, or one that looks like something new. Well, I could go by date. There's something. 3/13/2019. Well, this is 11. There is something in there. No, that's the top. That's 2017. So I don't think it. I know that's ATC booster light. I used to use that to write to the TI boards. Okay. What kind of program says it's installed something and it hasn't? A bad one. That's what. It's hidden something somewhere. Let's see if it's put anything in here. Air booster stack. XP coder backup. All users. Just sitting there reading the text, I might see something I miss. So. Plus, I can go through there pretty fast. As long as I don't go too fast and start something if I don't want to start up. I know that's what that is. Booster stack. Guru, yes. I know what that is. I'm just going in every folder. I mean, I know they wouldn't get put in a lot of these folders. It wouldn't. ISO Workshop. That's a pretty good program for working with ISO. Phone Explorer, Prismo file mounts. That'll let you mount Linux partitions in XP or Windows. VLAN. It's not in anything. Where the heck did it go? That is weird. I can't remember all that well. I did kind of remember XP stuff. I used it longer than, I don't know if I used it longer than, I can use Linux longer than anything now, I guess, but I really liked it until I discovered Linux. And I was through in and out of every directory in it all the time, you know. Actually, I know the XP file system better than I do Linux. Linux is always varying between distros and the, like if I want to find where a program, like if I was trying to do this, find where a program got put, every Linux developer puts them wherever they think it'll work best for their program. And boy, you just can't find, like if you wanted to manually delete something, good luck. And I used to do that all the time because you had to in Windows because they'd hide stuff everywhere, you know. All their adware and malware and everything. Let's see. It said, let's see if I can go to that network drive. First, I got to go back and find the. Yeah, it was S. Oh, I went too fast for it. Yeah, that shows you right there how hard it's working the machine because this program, you know, doesn't normally do that. There it is. It was Client Plus, okay. Client Plus. I don't know anything else to do but to search. I've already, I really don't see how I'm going to find anything. I don't really want to search all those. I know I don't want to search those directories, so let's try it this way. I think you can do that. Let's try it and see. Let's see, command, search. I don't know if you can just do search selected. Yeah, it did, okay. Oh, I can't type. Client. I think you can use wildcards in here. Because I don't know when it, when it gets extracted and installed, if it probably won't say Client Plus is one word. Client Plus. This was right here, pretty good. Fast searcher, it did pretty good. I'm getting kind of stuck. There's one other thing I can try, and that's get the newer tablet and see if there are apps installed on it, because I think it wouldn't, but without going and getting it, I won't know for sure. Because it's mom's. I bought that tablet for mom, and it's on her account, so I can't look. I can't go to Google Play on my browser and check like I usually do. I'm gonna go get it right now while this is searching. Okay, sorry I'm late. I was cheated and did a couple other things. Brought me a snack back and stuff. Okay, and it actually got finished before I got back. But there's some results at least. Three files, 0 directories. Prefetch client plus setup execute. Prefetch client plus setup temp. System 32. Web client plus OSX. Not a single one of those. There's something that I'm even familiar with, something that you could run. I could scan it. Uh-oh, now it's not responding again. There we go. I'm going to scan it first because those have been, expanded out of that. It's fishy, really fishy that it says it installed, especially since that's the one that did have the one mark, and out of those 70 some odd virus scanners I used with Virus Total, one of them said PUP, potentially unwanted program, which is usually some kind of ad it's usually some kind of, like you'd install a freeware and then you'd get Yahoo Toolbar or MSN Toolbar without asking for it, that kind of thing. But you just don't see. That's good. I guess I should have selected them all. Can I do that? I don't. It's short. I'll just do it this way. I'm eating my cheese stick now. I said it was short, and now it's not even coming up. That's a temp file. That'd be deleted anyway. What happened? Did I misclick that? No, it's still working. Still thinking. There it goes. No threat found. Oh, it's not showing you a progress bar. That's why. That's scanning it with Avast, I think, because of the color of the icon. I think I have malware bots on here too. Well, I guess I'll look in Revo uninstaller. Maybe it can take all its it and whatever. Well, there only seems to be those 3 files on the whole system. And leave that window open. Well, Malwarebot uses a lot of resources. I don't think I can open it with this open. I'd rather not manually delete it because there's probably stuff left around in the registry and all that. So nothing seems fishy about it. Of course, there's going to be other files associated with it that don't have that name. Oh, so I should go to Windows Prefetch, System 32. That usually has to do with startup stuff, and sometimes startup installers, install on, restart. I'm not happy with this at all now. Maybe sorry. Can I do a screenshot of this? I can't do it. Will I do one at least in XP if I had print screen? I don't think I have a screenshot tool. I do have. That one kind of uses resources. I'm going to do it because I want to know that for sure what I got there. If I shut that, this will do my whole desktop. You can't do if I had a screenshot tool in XP, then it would do it inside of XP, but I guess I don't. Okay. Windows prefetch and Windows System 32. That's probably going to be view, feed the list box, go to file. Oh, yeah, there we go. Oh, no item selected. Yes, okay. I'll go there first if I can. There we go. I think it took me out of that window, that search window. Okay, here it is. This is this is the program I loved before I started using Crusader, which I love it, but it's missing some cool things like that. If you do that in Crusader, it takes you to the directory, but not to the file. It used to, but not anymore. Okay. Well, thinking maybe I've forgotten what all. There's an awful lot of prefetch stuff in here. I've forgotten what it does. PF, awful lot in there, and the system is. I kept it clean and didn't use it hardly ever either. Definitely, those aren't what you started up with. I know that. What happened over here? Oh, that's that directory where the programs were. You know, I just thought of something. I tried to install that from the directory, didn't I? Said you and told you that wouldn't work, and then tried to do it. Right after I tried to do it, and it didn't work. I thought a lot of times you have to copy them over to your local machine. You can try. You can try it once. If it doesn't work, then copy it to the local machine, and sometimes they'll run. So I'm not going to worry about getting rid of that one yet. Oops! Every time I click on it, it does that. There we go. I wanted to get another screenshot. Excuse me. It's making noises. You right click to highlight and then right click again to unhighlight. Okay, so I want to go there. Yeah, program backups, that's how I used to do it. Oh yeah, I have more. I thought I should have a lot more stuff in there than just that one file I saw before. What is in there? I must have been inside of a particular directory that had one file in it. Simple sys info. Name Windows XP auto updates to start fresh. That helps when you get hung up. Just run that. Now you can run a bat file. Okay. I don't know really how big that is, but I am going to copy it over. Let's see. What happens is, if I try to, do anything very big, then it really not any. Well, just leave it like it is for now. Where'd it go? Double click it. You can't even, if you right click it, it just selects it. Now, we'll need to, once that gets open, I'll close this because there'll be too many things running. There we go. Now see it's working. Okay. Thanks for reminding me of that. Okay, English. We don't want no Chinese. Since that other one ran, I was sitting there thinking, well, why wouldn't this one run? But what that other one is and does is, I've got a feeling it put something in the startup. And whether or not it'll even do what we want it to do, I'm wondering now. And that's the one I got from the homepage of the admin of the camera. It may be that it will just run when you reboot. It's installed and it's going to run automatically, and it won't even, and it'll be hard to get it out and all that sort of stuff. I can probably use Revo Uninstaller to get all of it out of there if it doesn't work at all. See, program files, HP2P client, that's where it's going. That looks, isn't that the same program that other one said it installed? It's ready for installation. If you want to review or change any settings, go back. That's fine where it went. Now this looks like a real install. So, yeah, let me check my. I kept thinking about trying this, like kind of, you know, you get a feeling sometimes, and I thought maybe I should try it, but I wasn't sure. But a lot of times I just, when something's new and I'm kind of a little bit excited that, you know, it's new and it's fun and to learn about and stuff, I just want to try everything, every possibility. And so I have to, it's better, I always think, you know, it's usually better if I kind of set my target on one thing at a time. So, or I'll just, or just, you know, see if one thing works before I try everything else. Feature, default feature, component, target, shared files, file error. The process cannot access files because it's being used by another process. Probably that one I already read. Already ran. I think they're the same program. High P2P client. It was something, what was it? It wasn't high P2P client, was it? It was something else client. So that probably means this is going to either back, yeah, back didn't finish. Okay. Revo Uninstaller. So that didn't finish. This other one doesn't do anything. So if I can find it with Revo Uninstaller, I'll uninstall it and then try that one again. I am making a video of this, so I'm going to shut that down because it uses too much resources, and I do not have any to spare, especially if I'm going to open this up. Update. Download Revo Uninstaller Pro. Always just click the download, not the Pro, unless you want to pay for it. 195.210. So I'm going to have to say cancel. I don't want to do it now. It'll take forever, and I may not even have space for it. Any twin. I think I've messed up. Doesn't show up, so it didn't see it. What's the other one that might find it? Clear Utilities. Well, they both run in XP though. Well, if I'd have just remembered how to do that in the first place, I wouldn't even ran that other file. Need to go delete that other file, that's for sure. This is one of the main reasons why I never went back to Windows, because all this, just to get something up and running and going through minefields of crappy software. In Linux, you just go to the, you can spend hours to days searching the repositories because there's so much software in there and learning about what's actually going to do what you want to do. You got to read the description. I just learned by reading the descriptions and trying them out, but you know, you just go in there and, you know, you don't have to worry about malware and viruses and all that in the repos. I think it has happened here. It's never happened to me, but it has happened. Well, one time I did download, I think it was Debian, an ISO of Debian, and that's the installer. And I checked it, and it was infected. It turned out they had gotten hacked years ago. But It's happening a little bit here and there, but not like Windows. Okay, let's see if there's I know there's an uninstaller in there. I don't know if it'll see it. Yeah, there we go. Uninstall. Wait till it's finished opening. Can't believe I'm back to using this already. First 20 minutes back in the XP, and I'm having to do all this. The other thing is it's always so out of date that if I want it all to run right, then I need to update anything. Well, I can't update really much of anything anymore with that little bit of space left. I figured once I get my HP server up and running, I'll probably just start over with a fresh install of it. And unless I change my mind, and this is my XP Pro that I originally bought to put on my Blue FIC, first kit computer I built. Let's see. What's that, dude? The update? Yeah. Later, Gator. What's it doing? Okay, this is a list. Any twin bleach bits. I'm debating whether I should just delete those 3 files I found and see if the installer will run, but it may not, because it may be, or just reboot and see if something runs automatically. But I've never seen a program, a good program that would not give you a way to start and stop it, you know, an icon, a start menu, something, you know. Oh, that's all it was a driver package or something, but it didn't say it was a driver package. I'm thinking, you know, that made me think right there. That's for OBDI scanner programs. No, I don't see anything. Let's go by installed on 2014, 2019. There, web control version 11/16/2019. Okay, that's it. Says it's new. Well, I can't use it. I don't even. I really have a bad feeling about it because it got that one bad mark. So. There we go. We're going to uninstall that. I'm not going to do this. Well, let's do a screenshot of it. Since I already did the screenshots of looking for it and everything else, let's do a screenshot of getting rid of that bad boy. Yeah, those use a lot of memory, the screenshots themselves. So, I don't know where to put my mouse. We'll do one more screenshot telling us in the future, telling future me that I uninstalled that thing. I have to leave trail breadcrumbs to find my way back home in the future, from the future. Now, let's go ahead and quit that again. Uninstall that program. Bad boy, bad girl, bad piece of code. Yes, I want to remove it and all its components. I'm surprised that it's usually Revo that finds everything. Maybe it needs that update. I'm glad Glary was, well, no, you don't have to, maybe you do have to let Revo's process run in the, okay, it said it's good, run in the background. Okay, now, is there, we're done with that. Software update. Do you have updates available? Oh, that's for Larry. I thought that was for Windows. It was always saying, there was a bunch of updates I never got downloaded because I didn't have room to put them on here. A bunch of security. There was some security updates I never got to put in here. Let's see. Clean up. What I'm looking for is registry clean up. I'm wondering if maybe there's, I think that Galera Utilities Uninstaller does just like Revo automatically cleans the registry. I think it does too. It's a good program. So I mostly used it for updating things. It would find all the updates for you. That's the other thing. You just set up and turn on automatic updates for Linux, Fedora or Debian. That's the two I've used a lot. and they'll just automatically update every time they come out. You know, check once a day, or you can have them check more than that if you want. Okay, now, I think that, well, let's go in here. I was going to say I think maybe Windows Explorer opens up quicker than this one. But it also crashes easier. I may have to reboot. Well, maybe I should. Yeah, I better reboot before I try. Because a lot of times some of those uninstalls aren't finished actually until you reboot. And then I'll try installing that. I hate to keep farting around with it, but since I really don't have too many other options. While that's rebooting, let's see, what is the name of that app that they want? Oh, I have to open up the web browser, and I can't really do that. Well, it may be in the history of this tablet. I don't have a camera to aim. I don't have that any cameras that I can aim at me. All I have on now is this one going outside. So I'll just leave it on the desktop, and we'll watch Windows do its thing, and that's always a fun thing to do. And if I really want to show you this tablet, I'll have to get a camera going to do it with. And that would be more, well, I guess it wouldn't be more work on the computer, it would just be more work on the network. But I think I looked it up on this tablet, so there may be like some history of me looking it up or something. So I'm thinking in the browser or something. Can't remember how I did it. Could have looked it up. You know, I just remembered there's another way I could have done it. I might have went. I have a computer. Well, I built it up for Mom, and then it wasn't working right. The combination of the ASRock motherboard and the 8300 8-core AMD processor. So I bought another motherboard, and I had to redo it. But it runs. It just everything doesn't work right. And anyway, I think I might have got on it and looked it up because I remembered, oh, I don't have to get the tablet. I can do it on the computer like I like to do it. You know, that's the way I do it on mine. This is back up. It does have to finish booting. And I'm in the tablet, so while I'm kind of making sure that's finished booting, see if I can. I don't remember the name of the app at all, so I guess I'll go in the browser and see if there's any history I can find in there. I think there's, my, and it says my ANDROI, so I think that's the place. Yeah, the Google Play, Google Apps. Oh, okay, that's. I think it's just got apps that. Are we in my apps? I think we're in the apps that are installed on here. Okay. Sometimes they still show up even though you uninstalled them, though. So I might find out. They're usually at the bottom of the list, I think. I mean, I'll go over here and look at the name of the app. Was it peer? Well, the app that they want you to use is not peer-to-peer or anything like that. It's some other weird name. Me or something. I don't know. There's so many of them I've seen. This tablet's cool. It's an 8-core tablet with, I think, 4 gig of RAM. And I got it for like just $90 some odd a few years ago. And it works great. The only problem we've ever had with it, it's a cheap Chinese tablet, you know. The only problem we've ever had with it, but they all are. Apple phones, all the Apple products are made in Shenzhen, made in China. So, that are so darn expensive and supposed to be so great. So anyway, the only thing it does do is sometimes it shows, I think it's doing it right now. Well, it might be real. It shows the battery at 26%, but then if you'll reboot it, it'll show it at like, 80, 90, 100%. Yeah, I don't see the AI view. What is AI view? Is that one of the, I think that might be one I tried out. Yeah, that's one I put on there. I'm going to go look. Whoa, getting sidetracked. Okay, let me. I think it's booted up well enough now. I'll try to do both at the same time. I'm really good at that. This app is compatible with your device. I think it's a phone, one of these kind of apps. And people say they use other ones, you know. Remote real-time viewing, device management configuration, recording, playback, voice, intercom, etc. Share devices with others. Manage wireless hotspot guns. Its rating is 2.5. Cameras are great, but the monitoring just became horrible. So I'm not putting it. I think I put it on there and then took it back off. It says it's installed, but I think I installed it, and then that's something weird about the Google thing, you know, at the Play Store. I'm trying to get out of it now, and it won't let me. There we go. What was I getting out of it for? Well, I wanted to go see if it was really on there. I'm almost certain I took it out of there. Yeah, I think I have hers to where it organizes everything in alphabetical order automatically, and I cannot get that to do that on my phone. Yeah, I found a desktop add-on kind of, you'd say, you know, if it was on a computer or on it's not, it's kind of like a desktop that runs on the desktop, and it will do a bunch of cool stuff like that. Yeah, it's not on there. Okay, so let me put this to the side for a minute. And, oh, that hadn't opened up yet. I thought it was waiting on me. I guess the thing wasn't completely booted up yet after all. So, yeah, in order to find that name again, the actual app that they recommend, and see if it'll go on here, I'll have to open up a browser. I'd have to open up my browser and use shortcuts. I don't know if I dare do that. Let's see how this thing looks. Yeah, it's working pretty hard. See, that's 50% of all 4 cores. Right, well, between those 2 apps, I better not try it. And see, the Total Commander is not a heavyweight app, but you see, it's not even opened up yet. Sometimes, you know, Windows Explorer is a little faster at opening up. So I guess it opens up quicker. But like I said, it crashes easier. So I don't like it either. So I got in Total Commander. Once I discovered that it was called Windows Commander, and I got it in Windows 3.1. Never went back to single. I always wanted twin panel file managers, you know. I used Total Commander until I got all the way through XP. Well, you know, Microsoft Pseudo made them change the name. And I bought Total Commander, got the license for it, and used it ever since then. And yeah, and it also came with, I guess, lifetime updates too. Yeah, because I always get the updates when I want. If I want them, I can get them. And it's one of the coolest Windows applications for me that I ever found. And then when I got on Linux, I discovered Crusader, and that's the one I use now. And there's another one that was called, I don't remember what it was called, but it was similar, but it was a little less like Total Commander. It was a little harder for me to use. But it did have a few features back in 05, 06, 07 that Crusader didn't have, so I used to use them both back then. But well, Crusader and Total Commander will do FTP and SFTP. Well, Total Commander won't do SFTP anymore by login. I think it'll still do it if you put a key in, set up keys on the server and the client. That is taking all day. Let's see what's going on here. Sometimes it does that, especially right after you booted it up. See, it's running. Well, that's about normal how it runs. But I saw it start to open up, and now it's not there. And if I go open more stuff up, it just gives it. So let's just wait, and I'm going to risk opening up my browser here so that I can be doing something. I'm getting tired, and I want to succeed in something before I quit, because that's how I am. I don't know if that picks up on my mic and everything when I play that. Sometimes it gets kind of loud. Let's see. Yeah, I think that I just remembered. I think I've actually found a older model of my on their site. I think I have actually not found. You know, I was fixing to show it the camera because it says it's 1080p, and this one is 4K, but well, it might be considered 4K. But anyway, it's 5 megapixel. I'm gonna go to where I bought it this time because I know that's where the app is mentioned in there. Whoops, that does that whenever if you're down here and then you click that button again, it'll save it to wherever you were. Because what I do is I keep adding descriptions to what I'm finding on the name. And where's our app? Let's see. There in here, you'll see where people say, I use this app or that app. Come on, keep searching. It's not going back to the top or something. There, it just hadn't got all the way to the bottom yet. I think it was getting behind a little bit. Let's see. There it is. Easy to use phone app. Okay. Ctronics phone app is easy. I think it's called Ctronics. But yeah, I paid. I didn't mention it today. I paid $59.99 minus 10%. It was something like $53 or something. I don't remember. 52. And I don't have the app stored in there in that folder because it wasn't of any use, but I did. Android. I think I put it in there and put a note on it that Ctronics. See if I can find it that way. I didn't think about doing that. Ctronics. That's why I like to use links and copy and paste. CTRN. I don't know what I'm doing. Ctron. Oh, I see. It's just taking a long time to search. Ctronics. I think Ctronics. Oh, maybe not. I don't know why they're. Oh, I did this before. There's a lot more in my bookmarks that's got something to do with Ctronics. See if app. Yeah, here we go. Not compatible with my phone. I'll open it in the same folder. I want to make sure that is the name of the app. Yeah, Ctronics. It's not compatible with my phone, so I'll just have to. I could email it. It's hard. Sometimes you get on. When I get on the tablet and start searching, I can't find things. So I think I'll email the link. And I'll close the browser. I'll send it to myself too, so that I will not have to go. Maybe if I can remember that that's where I put it. Now I won't have to search. I'll just go check our email on that. tablet. Are you gonna play nice now, or did I make you work? Not get started yet? Oh, come on. Well, I saw it trying to start. Let's just give it a little bit longer, and I'll get on the tablet and try it. I get impatient with it when it does that, and then I make the whole thing lock up. I have to reboot it or get mad and quit. Give up. I normally like to show what I'm doing, but I don't even have a camera to, like I said, I don't have a camera to use, so I'd have to take forever getting one out. There we go, email. I don't think it's brought in the new email yet. Let's make sure we're, oh yeah, it says combined 2 emails, but it doesn't seem to have got here yet. I think it's still checking. It says 151 new messages, or do you have to do something to make them come in? Let's see. Nah. Huh. Maybe if I just check on the one email, it'll bring in the new ones. There it is. Okay. Now let's see if it's still there. Yeah. Oh, there it is. Okay. Chrome, yes. Guess I could have said Play Store, but I don't really like. There's always too many tabs opened up here. Well, it's all right. Okay. App is compatible. Incompatible. You got to pay attention. This app is incompatible with your device. So I was right. That's what I thought. Okay, so might as well. Let's see, emails I still want. Okay. I'm going to delete that email. How do we delete that email? There it is. Because might see it and wonder. Okay, there we go. Now, what had just happened? Oh, the email went bye-bye when I didn't even try to do it yet. Okay. Yeah, I'm going to shut this down, and if I want it back on again, because it's saying it's low, it could be. You don't know until you reboot it. It says it's at 26%, but I doubt it because it was plugged in. It doesn't hurt. I mean, I think I'm probably the only one that still pays attention to that battery on it. Okay, so this is not opening. How do you get into? I want to go ahead and just kill Total Commander so they won't be slowing things down if I can. MS config, regedit, CMD. I think it's MS config. Where I can get into kill stuff. Oh, that might not be it. Let's see. Oh, that's the whole startup thing. Almost startup. Buddha and yeah, you could go through there. Actually, I don't know if I have it on there, but some good tools to help you get through that and get it, make it stick. Services. It's got a lot of services running on it. I wonder don't run good. I probably need to use one of those. Startup, VBox Tray, AV Launch. There's not too many sort of managers. CTF Mon. I think CTF Mon might be the one I was talking about. Tools. Okay, so cancel. That wasn't it. I'll just try opening up my computer now and see if I can get. I just want to run that install program. I don't know why Total Commander. Maybe I didn't. It looked like it was trying to open up. It should have. Normally, I would have already tried clicking it again, but I know how this thing gets, this virtual machine, and it just causes me. It'll just end up trying to lock up my whole computer, and then ruin my stream. So if I keep giving it too much to do. Now that's not doing anything. Did I not get a good click on that? Well, I'm not going to click again on my computer. I'm going to try. You got to double click good and hard to get stuff to open in there. I never did. I was so used to that, I never could get used to single clicks. I'd always accidentally open stuff up. Because to me, single click was to select, double click is to open. And when I get into, there's some Linux distros that default to that single click, and I always just go nuts. Now it's opening up. Something just, maybe it really wasn't going to open up, or something didn't take. Now in a little bit, I bet my computer will open up too, right in the middle of this installation. Okay, hi, client. So yeah, that's what I thought, and I took, I thought, well, since I knew there was other ways to, other apps that you could try and other ways to set up, I made sure that at least I knew I could set up. Well, like I said, it did not say on the buy page that you had to use Internet Explorer, or I wouldn't even have bought the camera. But when I got it, I was like, oh crap! And then I saw that there was 3 ways to do it. In the browser, with their Windows apps, or with the Android apps, which they won't work on anything. It must be a crap app because it doesn't work on. That's a fairly new tablet there, and a Android tablet, and then. Anyway, let's get going. Oh, let's close this so we'll have so much stuff going. Okay, let's see if there shouldn't be any process running in the background like last time. Because I was able to successfully uninstall. What a pain that would have been if I didn't have Revo and Glary Utilities. There's certain programs I put on any Windows system I build, and that's 2 of them right there. And then Total Commander, and depending on what I'm going to do with it, usually Avast. Almost always I like Avast, and then I don't know if I have. I think maybe I might not have put Malwarebytes because it couldn't handle running two things at once. It could be on there, but it's not on the desktop because I don't have it. Oh, it's beginning to try to work. What? Default feature, component, target, shared files, file error, process cannot access. Oh, because it's being used by another process. What? I did reboot, didn't I? Yeah. I wonder if something got left behind by that. It could be because it's really not made to work with XP, though. But that other one that I ran, it could still be something left behind. There's some it said potentially unwanted program in there, and it's only 1 out of 70 something though. I had gotten to where I wouldn't even do it if there was anything in there. But this was, well, I did wait. I was running out of ways to do anything. So, I'm going to look in Glary and see if there's like a red startup cleaner is what I need. I guess I should look in the I know there's a startup cleaner in there. There could be, there's probably files left behind. You know what? there might have been another section to go into Revo to dig deeper. I just thought of that. I don't remember anything like that. Well, right now it's not looking so good. Nothing physically wrong with the device that I can tell, but you can't use it because of the crap software. Well, of course, I don't have any newer versions of Windows either, but let's see. What did I say? Startup, yeah. System tweaks, free up memory, browser assistant, repair. Yeah, there's registry right there. Repair, defragment, backup, restore. Clean. Remove malwares. Oh, yeah, there's an anti-malware in this. Privacy, erase stuff. System control, startup. Oh, there we go. Startup items. I'm going to go through everything this time before I use anything. Services. Repair system files. It's pretty cool. Fragment the disk. Check for errors. Can't really. Well, yeah, I think you can do that on a virtual. Yeah, no, I don't think you get the fragmentation on a virtual disk. Drivers, backup, restore, uninstall, file management, split files, restore deleted files, uninstall programs, check for updates. Yeah, that's the one I used to use all the time. Find more software. Okay, so you do have to kind of watch. So there was once or twice when there was some malware that showed up in their list, something that was messed up. Just remember that. Okay, so startup items. Let's see. This could end up being a 2-3 hour job. If it's something like that, I'm not going to do it. Because if I either find an app for Android or I'm going to have to set up X7 on something, Windows 7 on something. There's another way I can go. I do know that. Well, I know with it's wired, I can use that ONVIF viewer, and there's more. I've got some stuff I haven't tried out yet. Downloaded. I don't know if I even looked in the Fedora repos. I do sometimes download, RPMs. That's what Fedora uses as their executable for installing stuff. I do, or even just run. Some of them they'll just run from the RPM, just like some Windows programs would do. Anyway, like that one. Well, that one installed, but yeah, I didn't install it from the repos. That ONVIF viewer, I installed it from the file, I believe. And I'll do that sometimes. But if it's got to be like installed from the source code and all that stuff, and it gets really involved, I used to do it, and sometimes it worked, sometimes it was a real pain in the butt, and then it would be kind of buggy and give you trouble. So I don't hardly do that anymore. This is still trying to open up, looks like. Oh, the hours, days, hours, days, weeks, months, staring at that hourglass. Don't miss that. Of course, it's slower than it should be because, running in this machine that's not really powerful enough to run it properly, on top of its own system. Software update, yes, we got that before. We don't want to see that again. What we want to see is what we just clicked on. We're seeing if something was behind it. Sometimes that'll happen. Whoa, almost started something else. Yeah, see, it's being worked. But this is the experience I have almost every time I get into Windows, unless it's some really popular, well-known, well-upkept program, like RM-Prep USB or, things like that. That's a USB writing program. What was the other one I was showing? There's another one. That's a cool program, actually. I think it has a terminal and a remote file manager, all kinds of stuff. Come on, open up. So let me think. I mean, I thing is I really am not going to run any kind of Windows system all the time just so I can look at those cameras. And well, I do know I won't have to because, oh, I can try. If this don't open up here in this, I'm already getting to where I'm about ready to just shut it down, shut this down, this part down. I haven't tried. Since I got the seeing that the camera works, I haven't tried. Did I? It's not powerful enough, but just seeing if it's compatible with OpenELEC that's on my Raspberry Pi. I don't think I tried that at all yet. Can't remember now. Since I got it, up and going. But since it's talking to it. I mean, my machine can talk to it. And it would probably, that page that was acting crazy and only showing Chinese would probably work in Windows Explorer, Internet Explorer. I've always done that. Windows Explorer, Internet Explorer. Internet Explorer, if this, I'm sure there is a way to get it to talk to I might be able to do it at the startup. I think that's one thing. Glare Utilities really kind of uses quite a bit of system resources, even when you got one that's running good. So I think I'm in trouble with that. I'm not going to be able to do any more work on that. But I can't, let's see. I was thinking that, what was it? Oh, getting it to talk like Internet Explorer. I would have to shut the virtual machine down and then look in the setup of a virtual box and see if I can set a static IP address and make it be on my local network, on my router. I don't know how hard that is to do. I think it can be done. I just never bothered because everything I wanted to do, I could do it. I can network with my host machine and get my files just like I've been doing. And that's really all I wanted. I didn't really want to get on the internet or anything. I mean, you can get on the internet, but I didn't want to do any of what I'm trying to do now. I never had a reason to try to get it on my same subnet. So he does some wizardry and trickery to get you on the internet and stuff and get you to talk to the host machine with that 10 dot address, because if you ever see that in a normal hardware, not a virtual machine, but a hardware machine with XP, you're offline. You'll see that and you'll say, oh, that's why I'm offline. I'm not hooked to my, to my modem, my router, whatever. I'm hooked just to the local IP. I learned that before I ever had a switch or router or anything. So this is not doing nice for me. What will I have to do? Let's see. Okay, while that's sitting there not doing anything, I'm gonna grab the camera that's not, that won't work. I can't. If you turn one, if the OBS is already running and you turn on the camera, it won't start. It won't usually hardly ever pick it up. So I was going to say I'd turn it. I'd have to, to show you what I'm doing, I'd have to turn it on and then point it at the monitor. But because when I switch this monitor, you'll still just be seeing either this or I can show you the camera outside. So. I don't think I have that Raspberry Pi, that Motion iOS. I don't think it has any remote desktop capabilities or installed by default anyway. That'd be nice, but that would just work it too hard though. I guess. I mean, I don't want to just do it and talk about it and you don't see it, so it'd be better to get it set up and start a new video. Actually, what I'm thinking is, I think that camera it's either the battery or, it's plugged in. The one that's acting up and freezing up. It may be because it was doing it before. No, let's see. I had the camera plugged in, but I wasn't streaming any video all day today. That could have been what was causing the camera to not act right, you know, too much traffic on the network. But I thought, well, I can take that battery out of there and put it in phone 3 and try using it and see if it does better. But I never did do it because it's kind of a pain. Well, this is not going anywhere. Nothing's happening on here. I can't getting tired and frustrated with it. So let's see. I can try turning on the camera and see if it works. It usually doesn't. Once in a while it does. Let's see. I'll just try it while that's shutting down. Okay. Oh yeah, I can. There is a way that I can aim it at the screen pretty good if I've set it here on top of my keyboard and my keyboard tray. Get it turned on. Let's see. I'll look in the. I just remembered that there's only a couple of apps that keep opening up. And it's, well, I think I can start the server on my little deal here, and then, yeah, there we go. Minimize it, and then if those things open up, I'll look in the settings right quick. We're still on desktop, right? I'll look in the settings in here right quick. Is it network? Port forwarding. You can set up more network. I didn't think about that. You can give it up to 4. I could give it another one and port forwarding. I didn't know you could do that. I don't really know. What I was thinking is maybe I could give it another one. See, this first one was NAT, not attached. Oh, first one is NAT. Okay. NAT network, bridge adapter, internal network, host only adapter, generic driver. I think bridge adapter would be what I would want, and then I still don't see how I'm going to get my allow VMs, allow all. If I said allow all, maybe it would let me, and it's bridged with this one, so it might let me. I don't see anything that was like VBR, NIC, ENOL. Yeah, ENOL is my real network adapter. Oh, it even has a bridge. There is a bridge. Fedora does that now. It puts a bridge on there. See, that's 192.168.122.1. That's local. That's kind of like 10 dot. But then this is the actual Ethernet, hardware. It's getting in 0.192. And then it has IPv6 too. I don't use it, but it has it. So 192.168.0.192. And then, yeah, you don't see. There's not a place for you to do anything like that, though. It says allow all, and I'm just guessing. By gosh, here I don't know. I've never tried it. That I could, now with those two, be able to get to my local network. Let's see if my camera works, because if it does, I'm just gonna go turn on that Raspberry Pi. Yeah, it's not working. I would have to end my stream and start it back up again. So, did I ever turn it on? Yeah, I did. Okay. Oh, I'm showing a black screen here. Those apps that usually open up doesn't seem to have opened up yet. Let's see. There we go. Yeah, it's up and running, but it's not. Not gonna. Sometimes you can go around and go to another camera and then go back, and it'll. Oh, that's that camera. Yeah, I don't know why it's doing that. I think when. Yeah, it's going into nighttime mode and then coming back out. And it will. That's what it does when. Yeah, I guess it's just still doing that. When you turn on that nighttime auto nighttime mode, it does that. It has to think a bit. But I had it just set for schedule, and I didn't even realize that check mark was there that I remember for nighttime auto nighttime mode. There are so many menus, you know how it is, and so then, but my schedule wasn't working. It wasn't coming on at night, and so then I found that and I turned it on. First, I turned it on and it was just on, and I didn't have the schedule on. Then, anyway, I turned them both on and it was working. And I don't remember that. All I remember is just turning it on the schedule. Now that I've been on the camera a minute, let's see if it would find this one. It probably won't. I haven't seen it do it in a long time, like last year or before. Okay, so I don't want to start a new stream right now, so I'm going to just set this over to the side somewhere. And see, how can I do this? I was trying to at least just aim it at the screen so that if I decide to use it, it'll be ready. But I'm going to leave it on so that if I try to do that, I don't forget. Okay, I'm going to boot up XP one more time. If that helped and I can use the browser. I don't, like I said before, I don't like to quit until I at least succeed at something. I guess I did succeed at something today, but I got the wireless to talk to me, at least, in Chinese. And I mean, I could use it on wired, but I see that I don't want it here outside of my window in my room. That angle is no good. Even if once I get it outside, it's still going to be no good. You know, get it outside of the window and no screens and all that junk, it'll be better, but it's going to be no good. It needs to be straight on. I need to either put it above the garage doors shining down on the cars, or on the porch shining out at people coming up to the house, you know, whichever way. And I got a feeling as wide of an angle that it is, it'd be better off over the garage, because the porch has kind of a setback. And it'd be just looking at, on the left side, it'd be seeing a wall. And then, unless I put it way out there, and then when somebody's at the door, you won't see them. So, you know, I want it like kind of where the door is, you know, somewhere around the door. Okay, so we'll have to let it boot up, but let's see. I'm going to go ahead and try opening up Internet Explorer. Oh, that opened. Let's see, do we have any, what was it, 192? Yeah, it's still in there. Firefox doesn't save it if it didn't get there. It's going to do the same thing. I thought it was worth a try, but there's probably some hacking you could do, some back end trick to make you be able to get on your own. It may not be as hard as I think if I just search around and find it. Oh, See, we don't have any, that broke my network. It broke my network. This is usually a wild goose chase. Using that, I don't know why I clicked on that. I'm going to click on it again just to see. Be funny if, I don't think you can fix it because it's at the machine level, you know, the virtual machine level. It's not in the operating system. I don't think there's any way it could fix it. I really had high hopes that I would get this thing somehow, maybe even temporarily hooked up outside today, but I'm stuck on trying to get it to talk to it on Wi-Fi. I can't put it outside unless I can't put it anywhere but on the Ethernet cable here in my room, or, you know, I mean, I could run the Ethernet cable outside to it, or run that pigtail inside. What I was saying I would do. Did not detect any problems. Run again, finish. Wow, it actually opened the Internet Explorer up right quick. Yeah, this isn't reminding me why I quit using Windows. Of course, what I was just trying to do, that was just, I had figured it was a 50-50 chance of that one. I'm just talking about the whole thing. Going around in circles trying to fix stuff. Sometimes it happens in Linux too. I like a good challenge, but I don't like just everything not working. Really aggravates me. Okay, networking, advanced. Well, that didn't do nothing but break it, so I'm going to leave it like it was. What else could I do? Internal network, that won't help me. That's what I've already got. Host only, generic driver. There's NAT and NAT network. I don't know what the difference is. I'm not going to keep trying that. I'm going to just deselect it. I'll leave it like that in case I want to try that next time. I may not even remember. But I've fiddled around with having more than one network adapter hooked up, and actually I don't remember if it ever worked or not. I think I had a couple hooked up one time for, I think I was wanting to try to have 2 IP addresses to make one be a server or something. But I guess that was with Linux, not Windows. That's what it would have been. Yeah, I think I did, because there was actually an operating system where you had to do that, a server, web server that you had to do that. I was just wanting to try it out, you know. Yeah, there was something. I don't remember what it was now. Okay. Well, here's what I can do then. I guess I will. Well, before I try, I'm thinking I may go ahead and try booting up that Raspberry Pi one time, but I'm so tired. I know I'm going to have to quit pretty soon. No, you're not going to get anywhere when I get tired, you know. As far as the Android apps, now I'll just be kind of shooting in the dark. I just have to guess it. I don't have experience with them using those kind of apps, you know. I have to guess at what might work. And the ones I've seen that people said they like, they have really poor ratings. Just like maybe all these kind of apps have poor ratings. Maybe they're not very good apps. I don't know. But what was I going to go do? ONVIF. Okay, so let's see, what do I have on there? ONVIF device tool. There's one. Camera manager master. There's another one. Canary Master, Cockagoo. That was a brand of camera that I was thinking about buying. Cockagoo, what a name! I guess it's Chinese. Obviously, they don't know any Spanish whatsoever. Caca in Spanish, I think, spelled with a K, K-A-K-K-A, but still, it still says caca. Cockagoo, not just caca, but cockagoo. Somebody else said made it. They said on the reviews are like that name. Okay, and that one is a deb file for the Bang, so I couldn't try that one. But ONVIF device tool. Oh, it's the same thing for deb for the Bang. So this might be the one I have on there. I thought it was just ONVIS viewer that I had. Camera Manager Master. I'm not sure what I have. You can just look when there's zip files. You can do that and then just read the README in Crusader. I'm not sure. It says device tool, but what I have, let's see. ONVIF viewer, that's what I got. Maybe I ended up finding it in the repos and installed it from there. Oh, that one on the top. Oh, that's a Windows RAR file instead of what you usually see. I just put it in there because it was an ONVIF app. And it won't load can't load the cam on the wireless. There's really not any. Oh, here's the only information you got about ONVIF viewer. There we go. View and control network cameras. Libraries. Okay, so author. Let me open up the web browser and try to go there. Maybe I can figure out. I don't want to try to reinstall the one I've already got on there. I don't know if I want to go ahead and go through all the installation or not of another app, but I should have. I'll be wishing I went this way first, won't I? I just went the way that I thought would be the easiest, quickest. That didn't turn out. Let's see. I don't know if that's going to turn out either. There it goes, yeah. That should... ONVIF viewer, yeah. See why? I don't know why they call it one thing on the file, but I believe this is the one I've already installed. Got to be. I'll go back into that. Let's see if it's Candry. Maybe it's Candry Master. I've forgot what I just read. I'll have to go in there again. Don't rename it. Is it by the same guy? It doesn't say who it is, does it? Hung Min Chin. No, this is somebody else. So this is a different program. I don't see, there's no file extension, so I don't know if you install it or just run it or what. I think maybe it's starting to Camera Manager Master, Candary Master. That might be the one that I have installed. Web app, Android app. But view. To view ONVIF cameras. Looks like you can only add one camera for launch. Sorry about that. This one, I remember reading this stuff before. Couldn't figure this out. What you couldn't figure out. Try the URL another browser. If you try the URL another browser, HTTP server might just reject your request. I'm kind of thinking that, well, I've either read this a bunch of times or, well, let's go into the web one and see if it says the name of the app. Oh. Let's first look for the app name, and then I'll look for the person's name. If I find his name in there, then I'll figure that one in there. Let's try the person's name, or was it? Person, who's the person? Where did you go? Casper. See if there's something in here saying maybe it's not. I don't think, may not be by him. It's a long list of stuff. That's got everything you need to know, though, doesn't it? I'm wondering about the Android app, though. That is not an APK file that you can just install. That is like the app. This would be like almost like installing from source. Well, I guess it is installing from source. ONVIF camera. Oh, is there more than one in there? Let's look at the README. I was thinking, well, maybe I could put that on the phone or the tablet to look at it. How to connect to an ONVIF camera and ease development. Install with Gradle. This one looks like learning experience. Gradle, there it is right there. Gradle. That is something I know nothing about. Gradle bat. No, there's an executable. You know, sometimes, I don't know, that's usually meant to be run on Windows if it's a bat file, but it could be that it runs on Linux. I think I have seen one or two over the years that ran in Fedora or Devane or either one. Learning experience. I can't get on. Camera manager. ONVIF device tool. I'm kind of thinking that might be the one already. Why did I decide it wasn't the one? Let's see. I may be all wet and funny about that. Let's see. I've read this before too. Well, I read through all of them a little bit, I think. Oops. Assuming I spelled that right. Didn't see ONVIF viewer in there either. But this sounds like the instructions to use ONVIF viewer to me. Of course, it would be pretty much the same, though. How to configure a profile. Oh, okay. I think I've just read this one, and I don't know that I've ever tried it. Maybe I tried or I didn't. Well, I probably would have deleted it if I tried to install it and didn't. I remember it was kind of confusing figuring out the ONVIF viewer. I thought it was going to be something you could control the camera with, and it turned out all it was a viewer. MD ONVIF Media Profile Manager license TIGNORE. I didn't think I saw anything about how to install it. Look at this. Sometimes look at the pictures, you'll find out more quicker. You'll see icons, you know, that say that you recognize, you know. Or if you've seen the app, I mean, it's not opening up. Sometimes they won't do that. I think it should do it from a zip file. There we go. Could not start the process. Okay, so you got to unzip it first. Sometimes you can, sometimes you can't. README, but you can usually open the READMEs. Camera dashboard, that's it. That was a little big long README, wasn't it? Yeah, if it doesn't have any SH scripts or anything, I'm not really knowing how to VLC plugins. Huh, looks like it. I think this is why I didn't already install these, because it was going to take some learning to do it, and I would rather start with the stuff that's known to work, you know. But yeah, I don't even know which one of those, or maybe ONVIF viewer I actually didn't install from a downloaded file, because I'm pretty sure I got them all together, unless it's in the downloads folder, and well, it probably would have already got. See, I don't always. Sometimes I just leave them like that by themselves, and they get backed up. And once I get backed up to the backup drives, then I delete them from here just to get rid of the clutter after I think I'm done with them. Well, see, there's those two. For instance, there's those two videos I need to do something with that I've downloaded earlier. There we go. And I can't play. That's another thing. VLC is supposed to be able to play these, but it's not playing them. I don't know if it's something about the specific encoding it used, or I am behind. I need to update this system. It's Fedora 28, and it's not even getting any more updates. 29 is fixing to be that way, I think. 30 a couple weeks ago, I figured out 30 was out. I hadn't paid a lot of attention, and then the other day, within the last week, I saw that 31 is out now, and so I'm way behind. I always end up getting behind like that. I get my system like I want it, and I'm happy. You know, I don't want to start over again. You know, of course now, what's kind of odd is I kept expecting to see. You know, I'm using DNF Jaguar. That's what comes with it. But I did install a couple other package managers. I don't know. Well, they're in there somewhere, and one of them I think is just called software. Anyway, one of them, if you open it up, it will tell you, well, there's an upgrade available. You know, not an update, but an upgrade, and that means a new operating system. And I don't see one that I didn't see one that I could even. Now that one there you could install on the bank. I could install that on the laptop that I'm, you know, watching my stream with. That may really be the one I have. I do remember that when I installed it, it didn't even have the same name as the install file. Now I don't know which one it was. But those two, now that one there I wouldn't try because I wouldn't even think it would work. I didn't delete it yet because I wasn't sure. That one, no, that's a single camera. That's not a group of cameras. I just thought I'd wait and see how things work out and what if I might need it. You know, I might end up buying that brand. I don't think I would buy that particular brand, but now I'm kind of worried about how well this is going to work. But really all I want to do is use them in Linux, you know, so messing around with the Windows apps is really not getting me anywhere. I want, you know, Linux apps to view them and all that and to control them. Well, I actually was able to set up everything I think I want to set up in Firefox, so that's fine. Just have to plug in the wire, that's all. That's fine for me. That's where I got that flat pack from ONVIF viewer, which is what, you know, the one I have. Okay. Oh, I know how I can figure out what. For one thing, I can look at the install instructions and it might say Fedora. No, it doesn't. I guess that had some, I don't know. I guess maybe that's how I ended up installing it, just using that. I saw that flat pack thing, and I clicked on it. I thought I could just, view the files inside of it, and it tried to run, and then I think it ran, but it really didn't do anything. And then I think I went and looked it up to see what it was. Building from source. And Flatpak. That must have been how I installed it. Evidently, that's how you do it. Let's see. There's an Android one right there. But I would want more than just a viewer. I want the talk back and all that stuff, where you can listen and talk on the tablet. Even if you don't want to talk to them, you might want to just hear what's going on out there, For the blue tablet, well, you didn't see it, but the 10-inch tablet I've been talking about and I had run, brought in here, she could pick that up and, look at the cameras with that. If I could put an app on there, that'll do that. Flat hub page. Oh, this is this app again. Okay. Yeah. I wonder if. Yep, there he is. Casper meeting. Yeah, it's confusing as all heck getting it figured out because you start over here on the GitLab and then you end up over here. And, oh. Yeah, that's why, I don't know why I have that downloaded file. Maybe I thought I had to do it, but you can just do it that way too. You have to have Flatpak and then you run this command. I just did not remember how to do it. Install Flatpak and evidently, I clicked on it and it ran, and then I don't know if I think it ran and then the window shut or something. I don't remember what happened. I think I'm going to go ahead and put that Flatpak in that folder there, though. Because that's I gathered that you can install other stuff with it as well, not just this, but since I'm getting confused about all this, yeah, the Flat Hub, that makes... Says your web browser is out of date. My web browser, well, it may be because my operating system's out of date, but I've seen that. I don't know if this is where I saw it last time. Where's the darn? It was newer than what they said. Yeah, 66.04. Okay. Yeah, it probably is, but it dang sure I don't care what operating system I'm on. I ain't clicking on the update Firefox in their browser. That's 99.9% going to be malware. Scan that link just because it pisses me off. And that's on something that just shouldn't be there. On any kind, if you're a reputable site, start saying, oh, something that's the most common kind of malware trick in the world, That one says it's suspicious. No, 71 engines, none of them detected it. Just one said it was suspicious. So that's not all in all, though, when you're scanning links, though, because they hide that stuff in the most clever ways. It's obfuscated code. Code injection, obfuscated code. There's so many ways they can hide it. I would never go anywhere but straight to Firefox's website to get Firefox. All right, so now I know which one, if I can remember long enough. ONVIF device tool is the actual file, I think. I think. Could be that I ended up over there and no, I was on the one page and got the viewer. Oh, I forgot to look. Dadgummit. This, ONVIF viewer. I wanted to see what that's the FlatHub page. this one here, I wanted to see, where's the download link? Master. There. Tree master. Download. You're not going to get to see what the file name is unless you Flatpak, Android debug, Android. Okay. And then this is what? Is this the list of the latest files? I'm pretty sure, I remember that blurb there that I didn't really read just now. I read it before. Oh, download on FlatHub. ONVIF viewer. There we go. ONVIF viewer. So yeah, this is an ONVIF viewer. I guess they offer some other stuff on this here too. Oh yeah, it says ONVIF viewer. I'm so tired, I guess I'm just going in crazy circles. I just copied something somehow. Copy commit. I was trying to click on that. Yeah, there's some other programs here, it looks like. Okay, so that's ONVIF viewer. Well, it's still, I still haven't figured out. Maybe maybe all I did was use that. Maybe these are something else. ONVIF device tool. I did not. I'm so tired now. I'm not sure, but I don't think I saw that on any of these page that I was looking at. So maybe I actually haven't installed. Maybe that's actually how I installed it, was with FlatHub. I should probably just rename that. Flatpak repo, okay. Install FlatHub. That's how I'm sure I did it. I'm sitting here thinking now is, I don't think I can, yeah, this don't have a, does it have a, I don't remember, I don't think, if I can get in, yeah, SSH, so I guess I could, I can SSH, but I don't have FTP to copy a file over to the laptop to try to install that dev file and see what it would do. But that might be an idea to go ahead and try to install this over there, since it's easier than trying to go through the long way home with the this zip file. And then the camera manager, that sounds like would be worth it if it's not, but I'd have to learn how to install it. It's not anything I'm used to, and they're not Windows set up, so I'm pretty sure they're for Linux, you know. But yeah, I was fixing to say that a while ago. Most of your, until recently, most of your Linux files, if they weren't debs or RPMs, then they would be in a tar.gz or tar.gzx, whatever. They got a newer one, and that download helper. Oh yeah, I never did install that because it's a pain to get installed. That's an add-on to download helper add-on for Firefox. So, interesting. Just going in circles. I do have that camera running. You know what? I really think I am exhausted now, and it'd be silly for me to boot up. I'm sitting there mistyping everything and forgetting what I was doing. And, you know, have to figure out I have to kind of experiment. If the one, the IP address that works the IP address with port 8080, well, see, that doesn't work in the viewer. So that's not going to work over there on the Raspberry Pi. So, I don't have anything to show, do I? Except for outside. And the camera that's not showing up. I'd have to stop my stream and start it again, but there's no point in me starting a new stream as tired as I am. And so, yeah, and plus it's going to take some real thinking to figure out. I've been looking back and forth, and I cannot find any more instructions. Only thing I didn't really do is look through all of my screenshots. Let's see. I think I maybe try to pay attention to them, but we'll try it once. No, not the screenshots. The where did I put that? I put that in downloads. The security camera. So there's the camera, or well, that might be a slightly different model. Well, that says 2560 by 1920. That's it. Oh yeah, that's that. I was thinking that was from their website because it's the same colors and kind of basic design. That's actually Amazon with a picture of them setting that envelope on my porch. I thought they quit doing that. And so this is their website, and where I downloaded some of that stuff. There's where I clicked on to get that one that installed files but didn't do anything in Windows XP. And that's what I was talking about, the one thing, pup generic Panda out of 1 out of 68, the pup generic potential unwanted program. I bet there was one in there, or that's all it was. I've really never seen one like that just didn't show you that it did anything. And then, but the file itself was okay. Let's see, what was that? That was the file. That was the URL, and it showed up clean, but they usually do. Sometimes they don't. And then the ports that, I already tried that once with VLC, and it didn't work when it was wired. So I think I need more than just the IP in the port. I think there needs to be like a / and a folder. If I had a way to look through the folders, I might figure it out. If I own the file system on the camera, which there probably is a way to do that. If I could get connected to it with the terminal, I could do it that way. I could just view the folders. I think you just type list or something and you see the folders. But anyway, so I didn't even try the RTMP because I know how you got to have everything just right, and then you can change. These are other ports you could use. I tried that. I put 1024 in here, and that didn't make any difference. I put it back like it was. Then here's this device information and the link to the SD card. And you can format your SD card with that. Evidently, I didn't try it. I had already done mine. And evidently, they wanted FAT32. That's what I did, and that's one option they have in there. And then the instruction, some of the, I was reading, that's screenshots from my first video where I was reading through this was kind of like the tips page at first. It was like a separate thing off of the book, big book. Yeah, it says use Edge, and you need to, choose Internet Explorer. Open the page with Internet Explorer inside of Edge. I didn't know you could even do that. And so I'm not going to read all that. I searched the manual. See an IP address or something. There's one right there. Oh, I forgot about that one. If you don't have a router, 192.168.1.88, the only way I could try to go to that, one of my routers is .1. And I could do it from the Acer laptop because its wired connection is actually on that router. I'd forgotten about that. That was something I considered trying just to see what would happen. But the wireless is getting its IP from the router. It's not. I don't think it's. That only happens when you don't plug it into a router, from what I gathered there. You don't have a router to plug it into. And I'll have to learn about what I may have to do to. It may just be that my VLC is too old to play H.265. I hadn't thought about that. I guess I could try playing it on the Acer. It was acting crazy and crashed once. And then I rebooted it and got it. I was in root and made desktop, and then I rebooted it and got into Dawn, my username, and opened and in the desktop and tried to open up Firefox, and nothing happened. So I got tired of messing with it. Because so I think it might be that the batteries got so bad it's not working right. He was plugged in, but you know when well, we had another one, an IBM, that once the battery got so bad it got to where it wouldn't boot anymore. That one would. The crazy thing about that one is it would run without the battery though. But I don't know. It might have just other parts started going bad in it. So I took screenshots of stuff while I was looking for screenshots to put on my, I didn't like the ones that were automatic, on my YouTube video. And stuff that I thought I would want to see again later, too, quickly, instead of having to watch the whole video to find it. I took a bunch, say the links of the cables and the widths, stuff like that. There's a little sticker they give you. Yeah, and like the adapter specs. And, oh yeah. Set up with the camera with the PC browser. Okay. PC view. That was what I was trying to install in XP. Yeah, see, that's some screenshots of it. It's definitely seems like a pretty powerful app. You got a lot of things you could do. But and that was my IP addresses, and I think it's in there somewhere. That's why I took it. Thought it was. Don't see it. There it is, IP cam. And that silly router, the web pages on it don't show up right. But you can just I click on the edit button there, and then you can read the IP. That's where I set it to static IP. Or reserve, they call it reserve the IP address. First login is upside down. And of course, first thing I did today was turn the camera, the camera body itself, spin it, loosen the Allen bolts and nuts, screws, and turn it. Yeah, see, it had 60 hertz at the beginning. Somehow it went to 50 hertz. That reset button, I believe, is what caused that. I think it really resets it. I thought it just rebooted it. But it's hard to understand their language sometimes because they don't write in our normal English the way we write. Well, some of it's wrong, just flat wrong. Some of it's just a little different than the way Texans and Americans would normally write things and say things. English, they have their lots of ways that we don't do, But I can usually figure them out because it depends on, a lot of them are really proper, and so I can figure it out even if it throws me for a second. But like the ones that are like, what do you call it? Not Hackney, but, different, just like, New York, the Bronx, and all that, like I can hardly understand some of those people at all. And of course, some of them, when I've met them, they come down here to live and work and stuff. Mostly it's not they don't understand some of our ways we said things, but they thought it was funny or silly or even stupid, be smart aleck about it. And that, to me, they're some of the funniest sounding people I've ever heard. Of course, it just depends on what you grew up with. I'm getting so tired I'm going to fall asleep. Okay, that is not anything to do with instructions. Yes. Now there's yeah, that's the Motion iOS on the Raspberry Pi. Oh yeah, there's where I was trying it. See, and I put in just the IP address. I think I tried it both ways, with the HTTP and without it. I think in here they want you to put it in there, but you have different camera types to select from. But I never got it to work. I tried it once already. I thought I did. I don't know how many ways I tried it. I only got screenshots of one way there. And that was in my video. Oh, I was pointing the camera at the monitor. That's how I got that. Looks so clear. I was like, how did I get that? It's like a remote desktop. But I think I had the camera sitting on my keyboard and keyboard tray like I was talking about. There's where I was actually downloading that program. That's the bad one that I need to delete. Yeah, I need to go delete that. So I have the closed. Excuse me. What's it called? I don't see the name of it. Client plus setup execute. I'm deleting that right now before I forget. I don't want to go through that again. I've done stuff like that before. You forget. Oh, it's down in here. I was in the right folder, but I saw those screenshots. I thought I was in my screenshots folder, but had so many in there. There it is, Client Plus. Control, delete, delete forever. Don't ever want to see you again. Okay. My laptop went to sleep and made me think, oh, I don't know for sure everything's still working. No. Oh, there we go. I didn't hear anything. And I was like, oh, do I really have a problem? Well, all of a sudden it hit me. I've got to have another cough drop or I can't continue at all. I gotta get some more cough drops. I'm about out. They're not really cough drops. They're Ricola. The lemon ones is the one I like. Natural cough suppressant or something. And there's really, I don't know why that view there just wants to work my computer to death. Something. I mean, I don't have Flash or well, I think I have a little Java player that comes with Firefox on there. I don't have Flash, so probably an HTML5 player, or I would think. Sometimes I'm going back because I went so fast I didn't even really see it. Yeah, there's where I was, first time I was setting the time. When I backed it up, you get config backup bin file. Same exact name you get on a router. So be careful. I put it in that folder with those. So I was going to rename it, and then I thought, well, what if it won't work after it's renamed? I just put it in the folder with. Sometimes they will, sometimes they won't. Of course, you can always just name them back. We got to remember what to name them back to, though. First time I got into the videos, it's making videos. The motion detection is working. But I couldn't play them. I even tried renaming them to well, I named them MP4, but I figured out, I did a little bit of reading, and I figured out that they're not MP4s. Actually, 265, I think, really is their file extension. I thought that was so weird. I've never seen a video file with the number for a file extension. I think it is. And I couldn't figure out why VLC won't play it, because it says, I looked it up, and VLC is the #1 liked player for playing them. And yeah, they call it H.265. I don't know, where did I get compression standard and a successor to H.264 MPEG 4. And yeah, anyway, I'm now just not too long ago here today, it's finally hit me. Okay, my operating system's behind, so all my software is too. So it could be that's why I won't play it. Config backup. Yeah, that's before I put it all in a folder. I tried renaming them to MP4s to see what would happen. Sometimes that works. Just name it to something you know that you're. It's because it's usually encoded in something that you can play, but sometimes the file extension will jack it up. But with VLC, usually, from what I remember, it doesn't matter what the file extension. I know it'll play files that don't even have a file extension, and it'll see what kind of file it is, and it'll play it. And if it gives an error, sometimes it'll say, well, this is a so-and-so file, and VLC doesn't have a codec, and it'll say, do you want to go? That's the first one. It'll say, do you want to go find the codec? Sometimes you can, sometimes you can't. So I've exhausted myself and I got my Wi-Fi password in there, but that was it. I know it's not going to be different. Oh, here's something I didn't think about. Close that. I've got Firefox and I've got Firefox Developer, which would be the same, but I didn't try Chromium. This is the real Chrome, the granddaddy of Chrome. This is what Chrome is built on, Chromium. When I first put it on here, it was really lightweight, but then I added all my bookmarks from Chrome, from Google, and I don't like to use it because it uses up too many resources. And I just don't, I like the way Firefox is laid out and how it works better. I've used it ever since it came out. I moved from Internet Explorer to Firefox. I tried a bunch of browsers, for a while, and that's what I landed on back in when I had Windows 98. Actually, Firefox came out of Netscape, and I already was using Netscape. And I liked it, but there were some things that didn't work well, and so, then it went away, and then it came back as Firefox. When it went away, I still used it quite a bit, and then it just went away. I thought it was never coming back, and I thought it was gone. Let's see, I don't know that ain't the IP. And 192.168.0.126. The connection is not private. Well, this is probably it. I want to give it a... Oh, the authority invalid. It's made its own certificate. Proceed. Oh, I see. You can either say, not secure. There we are. SonicWall Network Security Appliance. I don't remember seeing that. Did I do a screenshot of that? Oh, well, let's try admin one more time. I just typed it wrong. Maybe it's that 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Was it 7, 8 or 7? I think it was 8. Was I in the box? I don't think I was in the box. 0, whoops. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. It's going to lock me out. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I don't know. Network security appliance. That's not what this camera is. I don't have anything like that running. I think 0.126 is the right address. And also, the last time when I went to it, I didn't ask me to log in. Go make sure I've got the right IP address. That's not none of my routers or anything. That's got me really freaked out. At first, I just wasn't really thinking. I was like, yeah, 0.126. Web admin HTML. Let's see what that does. That's that same page, and it goes to web admin HTML. That web page that won't work. Let's see if it goes back there if I get rid of all that. Oh, now it just goes there. That's just not going anywhere. Now it's not going there. Huh. 8080 would take you to the picture if you were. I don't think you can do that in the web browser though. Yeah. I just realized that that might be a fluke. We get into that page. Well, that must be a viewer page. I'm going to see if I can go there in Chromium. Well, what I don't understand is it's got to be the camera. But why is my password not working? That site can't be reached. Click here to try again. I'm going to bookmark that. No, not in batteries. Let's see. Put it up there for now. Let's see. Yeah. I'll probably go, what the heck is that? ADMIN. 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 Off HTML. Now they've got me wondering. The only thing I can do is open up the manual again and see if there's anything about SonicWall in there. Type wall first. Password. Oh, hang on. Connect to the camera P2P software. That's the software. By default, there is no password. Yeah, okay. That's the software I never could install. All right. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That's the mobile application password. I tried that. Wi-Fi password, okay. Did that. You know what? That sticker might have had a... sticker may have had another password, like a Wi-Fi password or something. That's what the browser, admin. Yeah, they're different. I just remember that. Okay, I've got it connected to the Wi-Fi network. That's right, when you connect wirelessly. You may add any online camera simply by input UID, username, and password of the camera added to the picture. That's still change password. That's the software again, no password. Okay, I'm going to go back up there because I think that I got to look at that sticker and try to figure that out. Lost my spot where it was at. I wanted to be able to see that. Okay, yeah, this is it. Camera name, username admin, UID, then password. This is adding a camera though. Well, I'm going to take a guess and say that maybe I've seen that with, I just remembered when you're trying to set up, get on a router, the default passwords can be that UID. Well, when you're doing it in Windows a lot, you'd run into that. And sometimes I think you'd have to have your password and the UID. I thought it was UUID, but in that case, but anyways. It doesn't say that, it says UID. UID, I think, is user ID. I don't remember even what it is. Sticker, where did I put the sticker? Oh, on the front. So, I should just turn off this camera. It's streaming and using up bandwidth. The one that I can't even connect to. It's still sending video out on my network. I forgot about it. Sitting there streaming away. Okay, this is tiny. I didn't realize. I was always looking at it on the PTP UID, and then it has long password, I guess. IP address, DHCP mode, user admin, password admin. Okay, DHCP. But then it says P2P UID, peer-to-peer UID. Okay, I'm going to try to type that in there. I'm going to have to somehow look at it and type it at the same time. But, okay, so it is evidently working in Chrome the way it's not working in Firefox. The username, I'm just going to guess that it's admin. And then, got to put this somewhere where I can see it. See if I can figure that out here. Oh, I got to be to where I can look through the magnifying glass. How am I going to do this? Okay, I'll just get a few letters at a time. Okay. This is going to be tough. I don't know if this is going to work either. when you can't. Oh shoot! Come on. Gotta hurry. I don't know if I'll ever get it tapped out before they quit knock me out again. I did that wrong, I think. Did it wrong. See, I can't remember this. It's a pretty long number, and I can't remember half a number. Let's see. I'm going to reload it so that I start my timer over. I wasn't right. I don't really understand it. I could have typed it wrong, though. That's a hard one. And the username is what's getting me. I don't know what. This sticker doesn't say anything that gives me the idea of the username. It says P2P UID, so I don't think it would be P2P, and I know UID is user ID, I think. So I know routers all have UID, so that's not a username, you know. Basically, I guess this has got a router built into it. You know, everything about it's a router, you know, says router. I guess I can try one more time. This is not. Did I look in the? No, that's not. I don't think that. Yeah, this is like a different on every, or at least on every, you know, 1 to 10 of these things. It's not going to be in the manual. This sticker and number. I imagine they're unique. It should be unique to each machine. It could be well, they used to do things like have groups of them, you know, like so many of them would have the same. But yeah, I don't think you'd leave the user blank. So you can leave the password blank sometimes. I'll try that. I hadn't tried that yet. Yeah, you have to put in a password. Okay. I think I got it right that time. I think I've heard of SonicWall network security appliance. I think it's an open source project that you can install on your computer. I don't know about a router. They might have some that'll run on routers like DDWRT, WRT, or WRT. Those are two different branches of it. I think I'm getting it right. Oh, wait. Oh, no, that's the model number. But the IP address, DHCP, mode, user, admin, password, PW, admin. That works on the when you're wired up. P2P UID, that's to do with the wireless, I know that. I guess I could try leaving the password blank. It's the only thing I haven't tried, because it says P2P ... blank, next line, and then that long password. Or that long UID. That's what they call them. Unless, no, I already tried. Yeah, you have to put something in the password field. I know that. Already saw that. I double hit a number. I might as well quit right here, right now. Okay. Hit right in the middle. Looks like I did it wrong. Let's see. I don't know if it's this. Let me just keep typing. Yeah, I don't know if it's this page that's reloading or if it's freaking Chrome that's doing that, but man, that's insane. It could be. Oh. I just realized something. I am doing it wrong. Okay. I've been holding down the shift key and I'm getting underscore instead of a dash. It's got capitals, dashes. Damn it. I'm getting pissed. I still don't know about the... I figure admin would most likely be... You have to hurry, don't you? I'm having to pick up the book, set it down, look at it with a magnifying glass, back and forth, over and over. Now, I was trying to hurry so much, I really don't know if I got it right or not. I guess if I had this, I needed to take a picture of it and put it up on my computer where I can see it, you know, big. I just flat cannot read it at all. It's just a blur without the magnifying glass. Let's see. Maybe I can get in a different configuration somehow. I don't know. I'll try. Probably just make it harder to type. Yeah, I set my magnifying glass so that it's hanging off the tray, and then okay. I'll try it one more time with admin. Oh. Takes so long. It really tries, and then it don't work. So I think I'm getting the password of the UID right. I may be wrong. That may not be what they want in there. I know it ain't admin though. Tried that over and over enough times. At least it doesn't lock you out. I'm ready to put one of those password sniffing apps after it now. I don't think I even have one on this system. I've played with them just a little bit on my own stuff. I don't know. I think maybe once it figured one out. Like an, Ethernet password, I think, years ago. It'd be harder now. It'd take longer. So maybe that's not really the password that I'm looking for. That's pretty weird. But I do think, let's see. I wonder if on the wired, there's a spot where you can change that, and I did never see it. And that's something I needed to do. Just now when I was looking, I didn't see anything like that. Let me look again in the manual. Like I said, I was going to quit because I was tired, didn't I? Well, something came up. Okay, password. No password on the software. Advanced. User modify username password. Auto snap. Take pictures automatically. How to recover password if I forget it. Password cannot be recovered. If you forget the password, you'll have to reset the camera. Factory default settings. Yeah, I saw that before. Yeah, okay. Set the Wi-Fi network for the camera. However, the camera is disconnected as soon as I unplug the cable. The camera does not support special letters. Right, okay. And Wi-Fi SSID and Wi-Fi password. Okay, well, I didn't have that problem. Please use standard English letters and numbers. I saw that, but my password wasn't like that anyway. Please check your settings and make sure that your encryption. I don't think it's looking for my Wi-Fi password that I saved in there. That just gets your router, on the connecting to a mobile device. Enter WLAN settings. Found the network name, IPC cam, and the network list. This is the network for the camera. Connect to the network password 01234567. Your mobile device will be connected to the network camera. That's for mobiles, and I tried that anyway several times. It didn't work. Okay, let's look at the next one. Oop, went crazy on me. Okay, the next one. Open the mobile. Okay. Scan the user code. Oh, okay. Scan the user code, add UID, or search camera from LAN. The camera will be displayed with the status online. Picture 1. Oh, like that. This is in the mobile app still, though. Go to the Wi-Fi setting, click Wi-Fi Manager, select your Wi-Fi network in the list, and put your Wi-Fi password. Yeah, okay. That's, yeah, and save the setting. That's how to set it up through the phone. Okay. What's this one? Set it up with the PC software. That's what that section is in. And then it does mention UID in there. Select the camera. Click, camera UID. Oh, okay. Under region, click Wi-Fi settings. Do appear. Click on search to show all available Wi-Fi networks. Select your Wi-Fi network. Put the Wi-Fi password. Okay, I've already got that done in the web browser the way that you do it in the web browser. Through the browser. Now, let's see. I'll run the search tool, which I didn't even download that because I knew how to find the IP addresses in my router. Now that's admin, which does work on the wired connection. Well, I see password in here a lot. Okay, now this is back where I was, where I got the idea that maybe name, camera, username, admin, UID, password. But I don't see 4 blanks. I only see 2. So that's not talking about this spot. All we have is username, password. SonicWall security appliance. All right. Change the admin password. I think, is that doing it with an app or on software? Mobile application. That's, oh, I'm back to the mobile app. I think I'm going around in circles now. That's the software. Advanced, modify username and password. Yeah, I hadn't done, okay, that's on the main thing that I went to and I didn't want to do that. How can I recover the password? Okay, you can't. Reset the whole thing, which I actually did by accident. Okay, then just make sure your Wi-Fi password doesn't have any weird stuff in it. Okay, I'm back to, yeah. There is, what's the name of that SonicWall? Network security appliance. I'm going to see if the word SonicWall is in there. Yeah. I don't think those. IPCam. This is for the mobile, but I just saw something. Everything is falling out of my book now. Hit the floor. Okay. Not everything, but one thing that was hard to pick up is little. Okay. It said, it's in the mobile section, and it says, enter WLAN settings, wireless LAN settings for your mobile device. Find the network name IPCam. Oh, network name IPCam. Yeah, there's nothing on this sticker that even says IPCam. I was thinking, okay, if I find something that says IPCam and then some more letters and numbers after it, then the UUID, and then use 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. But I think what that is you're connecting up to it wirelessly instead of, wired like I did. And, it broadcasts its own IP address if it's not hooked up to a router. So, yeah, I guess so. That if you didn't have it hooked up to the wire to a router to get an IP address, then it would broadcast that dot one or address instead of the .0 that my router puts out. And then you would see that name in the list of networks, IPCam, whatever. I guess it doesn't really matter what the numbers are. It'll be different on each machine probably. And then you could get in with the 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So that's still not what I'm doing. The browser does not, and I've looked that browser one over, set up the camera with the browser over and over, does not say anything about coming to a login page when you go, to the Yeah, 192.168.1.88. I don't think it even says, what is it? I've got the IP in the 126. I don't even remember where I got that now. 126. That's not even on this page. 192. Oh, of course not. That's my router's IP. Okay. And I'm sure it doesn't serve. I can look. I hadn't ever tried that yet. 192.1's. I think as long as it's got its IP from my router, it's not going to be serving up another separate IP address. I think it'll just say it can't go there. I imagine, only other idea I've got is to go back into the setup with the wire plugged in and see if I missed something in there that might tell me how to log into here. I've tried admin, and I really don't believe that it's I could try it, but I don't believe it's my router password. Username, only thing I can imagine, since it's not admin, or it would have to be like my SSID and then the router's password. But that doesn't make any sense whatsoever. So maybe that's the thing that it actually is. Yeah, it's still trying to go there. It hadn't come up with an error yet. But I'd have to open up Firefox to get that, because I don't know what the SSID is. It's long. I couldn't type it. It's pretty long. I'm going to get a screenshot of that page just to help me remember that IP address. Okay, so I got that already, I think. That goes away. That goes even longer than Firefox. I'm going to close that now. There we go. So, oh yeah, I'll be showing my password if I go to where my SSID is. I'm fixing that. Dying for a break again. I snuck one in there when I was looking for something. The tab. When I went to go get the tablet. Okay, yeah, that's what I was expecting. Okay. So I'm not going to try anymore today. Maybe I'll be fresher tomorrow. Okay. Well, that's the end of it for me today. I should have just quit an hour or more ago. I've gone too long. 3 hours and 7 minutes. All right. Well, I'll go back at it again. Probably it'll be tomorrow now. All right.